Hey everybody, what's up? This is Ed the Pond Professor. I am in Utica, Michigan, and I am at the Reptarium. This is Brian Barczyk's place. Last time I was here, I was building a pond for RJ, his alligator, and I can't wait to see it, as well as all the other cool stuff that he's done here for the past 2 years. He has completely transformed this, and he has a wealth of knowledge, so we're in for a treat today, so check this out. Here we are with Brian, and we are in the Reptarium, and this place is unbelievable. What I want to show you a little bit about right now is Brian's attention to detail. Just the way he thinks about setting up the right habitat for the specific animal.
I think that's the thing, right? It's like trying to get as natural of an environment as you can. You always want to think like, how is the animal going to be the happiest? And that's the thing that's kind of really changed in my life over the last 2 years, is now I'm thinking about behavior more than anything. Bowser's a perfect example. In the wild, he's going to stay underwater, he's going to be underneath a log like this, and if he feels comfortable there, he's going to be happy, he's going to eat, he's going to live, he's going to thrive, his immune system's going to go up because he's not stressed out. Kind of how everything we do, you know, let's say a pearl dragon. We know that these are an arboreal animal. They do need a little higher humidity than, say, a bearded dragon, so we want to have a bedding, whether it's an ADG or coconut bedding that we can wet down, get that humidity up. We know they need a hot spot, a basking spot, so we have UV on one side that they can climb up and get close to UV, or we've got a basking spot on the other side, and then they can choose. You know, and it's a really weird thing with you know, a place like ours that is open, like a zoo type of thing. You want the cages to be built out, but you don't want so much to where people can't find the animals. I think the thing that I love the most about the Reptarium in this new kind of chapter in my life is kind of the education of people, to make them understand that reptiles are more than like really primitive minds that are there just to survive, and the fact that they can be taught and they can interact. Bella, my rhino iguana, comes to her name. This is even more interesting. Usually only comes to her name when I call her. And I love the fact that people get an opportunity to see these animals for what they are and not what they thought they were. And that to me is what drives me every day of my life. You know, the thing about animals and behavior that I've really learned over the last couple of years is that if you can give them the happiness of the enclosure, but also the fact that they no longer fear anything. They don't fear us because we have positive interactions with them, but at the same time, they have everything they want and they feel real comfortable in the cage. We can go like an animal like Artemis here that a year ago, if you opened up the cage, he would just come out and try to attack you, not because he was mean, but number one, he was defensive because he was a little afraid of us, and number two, he was very food aggressive. So we've taught him that we're not food by target training him with a ball on the end of a stick, and we've also given him a place that he feels comfortable in. We always say, like, we want what's best for the animals and we want what's best for the people coming through the door, and we're always working on it, we're always improving. So far it's been working out well, and it's a blast.
So we are back over it with RJ here. He is kind of lounging on top of the retaining wall that we built. But as you can see, everything is functioning great. The idea with this was to create something low maintenance, but also that had a lot of room for him to kind of roam. We got this slab of wood over in here. Our pump vault is located back in that section. Biological filter seems to be functioning well. One of the critical pieces here from an ecosystem concept is the biological filter is a living, breathing organism. Just like RJ over here. The dirtier the water is, the more oxygen it needs to metabolize all that material. So by having the material being deposited inside the biological filter, we want to have that waterfall on the outfall, because that's going to reintroduce the dissolved oxygen into the water, which gives us the desired water quality. You could also see down here on the bottom some of the river rock, that's part of the biological filtration, but the very, very bottom, this actually has a concrete cloth material going over that, and that's because of those big claws on RJ. So we wanted to create something that he cannot damage. And that creates a barrier between him and the waterproof membrane, which is going to hold all the water in place. Everything is looking good here, and this is really good to see. So I always love coming back and checking out previous projects just to make sure everything's functioning okay. Brian, this is what you were telling me about. This is where it all started for you.
This is it, man. When I was like 2 years old, I saw my first snake in this building. They don't keep snakes here anymore, but there was just one ball python in here, and this is where the passion began, right here, literally 100 feet away from us right now.
That is awesome.
I'm so stoked. It's like I feel like a kid again. It's awesome to be here.
Well, it's fantastic. So we're going to be hooking up with Corey and Paul, who's kind of the director of this place. He's going to give us a little bit of a tour, show us around a little bit.
Let's go check it out.
All right, let's do it. The oldest aquarium in the United States, 1904. This is the type of place where I spent my time as a young boy in Chicago. That was at the Shed Aquarium. That's where I got my love of nature, outdoors, of fish, of fishing, snorkeling, scuba diving, you name it. That's what led me to a degree in zoology and specialization in limnology, which is the study of freshwater ecosystems. This is just like walking through history. I am blown away. This is incredible. Check these guys out. It's like a dinosaur. Wow, that is unreal. That is an incredible fish. Awesome? Older than dinosaurs. Yes. Beautiful piranha. Man, these tanks are just incredible. I mean, just look at the diversity of everything. Water lilies popping up. Stingray, Dorado, arowana. Incredible predators right there. Beautiful rainbow fish. I'm just blown away by the health of the ecosystems here. I just love the diversity of life. The aquatic plants, you got some of the rock structure, the gravel bed, the fish. Replicating the natural ecosystems is key. Electric eels, one funky animal. We saw some of these right here when we were on our expedition with Heiko Blair in the Amazon. All right, I'm here with Corey Mann, Poseidon Ponds, and you are going to tell us a little bit about this really cool project.
The koi pond behind me wasn't holding water. They had some leaks. They just wanted to get it back up and running, and they wanted to keep the koi in there over the winter instead of having to move them in and out every year. We came in, we sanded, we cleaned it all up, put a new rubber liner, and then we added an intake bay and a biofalls just to start circulating the water a little bit more, help the environment for these koi.
Awesome.
We were very limited, so
let's check it out. Well, this is a really cool facility. So how deep is this?
it's about 28 inches deep.
Okay. Wow.
Just over down here is the intake.
And this was built originally 1920s.
And then sometime in the 50s or 60s, they did the concrete. So it used to be brick.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Looks really healthy. I mean, everything looks great. I mean, the fish look good. Got an intake, a pump vault and everything are over on this side. That's going to house everything. And then you got your koi fish, you got little islands of aquatic plantings. Everything looks healthy. You got some little jets of water coming in. We got the turtles fountain over on this side. And then way on the other side is going to be a biological filter. Beautiful. Check out the beautiful koi in here. And there is the biofalls. Beautifully disguised. Tucked right into that, in between some of those rocks. And that papyrus growing out of the top of there is like it's on steroids. It's just getting fed right from the root mass, all that nutrient-rich water. Talking with Corey and Paul, we're talking about renovating this. We're going to start coming up with some ideas, and what I love about this is it's going to blow this out into a much bigger feature. It's going to be open to the public all the time. This is going to inspire that next generation of kids, just like you were inspired, just like I was inspired. Get kids with nature, have these constructed wetland filters for amphibians, lots of educational components showing all the fish and the importance of the healthy watershed. They're doing an incredible job indoors. We just need to bring it outside.
It's just great to see the city I love, Detroit, putting the money and energy into building this, because like you said, you never know when that kid's going to walk in and see that animal. It's going to change his whole life.
Entire life.
And this could happen right here with this pond redo too. So I couldn't be more happy, and I can't wait to see the progress.
So this is the green space that is opened up, what we're discussing, connecting to the original koi pond. blowing this out, having a walkway or bridge of some sort going across, large expanse of water coming in, possible island in the middle, plant it up, get a shade tree in the center of it, wetland filtration at the far end, potentially building up that elevation, generating all of our soil in this area, creating a series of waterfalls. That constructed wetland filter would also be designed for educational purposes, walkways going in and through that area, just to tie everything into the main mission of the aquarium and the conservatory. So it's all about education, connecting people with water, and showing them exactly how to do that. Well, this has been a successful trip to Michigan. It's always good catching up with Brian Barczyk. Had a great time with him. Seeing RJ's pond was awesome. He's just a wealth of knowledge, an incredible guy. And also checking out Belle Isle. Just seeing that facility where Brian got his start, seeing that snake for the first time. I mean, that's the type of stuff that's near and dear to me. Growing up in the Chicagoland area, Shedd Aquarium, Lincoln Park Zoo, Brookfield Zoo, all these places that really inspire you to do some incredible stuff. So hopefully you enjoy this one, and we will see you on the next project.